I am prepping for my 10th frozen embryo transfer.
It looks more like a cyst. And then did you want to do medicated?
Yes. Okay, time for the Lovenox shot. It burns my fire! It's our lovely ultrasound exam room. It's actually pretty nice, comparatively speaking.
And then did you want to do medicated?
Yes. That way.
Yeah, it usually does, unfortunately. Okay. This one has all the buttons that I didn't spell, so just give me a little more time.
No problem.
But you look good. You're line 6 right now.
And what did we want it under?
Under 7.
Oh,
So,
perfect.
Yep. And then next week we'll just want it over 7 and try and remember.
Okay.
Did you want to start with an increased amount of estrogen? Or just
I usually do need
Okay.
to,
Okay.
just because my estrogen just never wants to get over 100.
Okay. Do you want to just do the 3 a day or more than that?
So the last time I started with 3 a day, and then I had to add a vaginal also.
Okay. Do you want to just start?
Yeah.
Okay. It might make you feel a little more hormonal if we start that.
Yeah, it usually does.
Okay. That's great.
My husband
It's
teases
outside,
that I probably like usually have lower estrogen, and that's why I'm such like a unemotional woman. And he's like, "Is this what all women are like?" Like,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
probably
know.
depends on their estrogen.
But we now have 2 teenage daughters, so he's like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, that's rough.
And we have 16 hens and a female cat.
Oh,
My
gosh.
poor husband.
We didn't have that many females, but my dad felt the same way. He had 2 daughters and a female cat. He's like, oh my gosh. All right. Did you have a cyst in your left ovary last time?
No, but I think I ovulated maybe on that side.
Okay. It looks more like a cyst. Kind of looks like tissue in it. So.
Interesting, because and it's on the left ovary.
Mhm.
It was so painful
Oh,
through the month
okay.
last month, and I was like, did I maybe ovulate on that side?
It
So
kinda
that
blurs,
makes
too,
sense.
Yeah.
I'm a PCOS girly, so it would not be
Yeah.
the
Those are
first.
definitely not fun though. We'll keep an eye on it. It's not super huge, but if we're doing medicated, it's not a big deal either.
Okay.
Okay. And then biggest on your right's just a 10.
I am prepping for my 10th frozen embryo transfer. But I just had my baseline appointment a couple of days ago. So my labs came back good, thyroid good, vitamin D, HCG came back obviously negative. That's why we're going into a transfer. And my estrogen was 31, progesterone was I think like almost 1. So everything is like quiet, just how we want it. I've already started my medications. Oh, my uterine lining was at a 6 and they want it less than 7, so that is good. The only thing that they noted is that I have a moderate sized cyst on my left ovary, and I did feel that last month, and I just assumed I ovulated off of that side, but she said it looks like it has ruptured. It's not really painful anymore, so I do probably believe that to be true. And I have PCOS, so it's not the first time I've had a cyst or a cyst rupture, but my doctor was saying because I'm doing a medicated transfer, the cyst shouldn't affect anything, that they're just going to keep a close eye on it. So I thought I would go over my protocol. So I'm doing a medicated transfer, and I have a blastocyst embryo that I'm going to be transferring. So my protocol, it's not as advanced as other ones have been, but it's also not like the most pared down either. So I'm taking estradiol. I'm taking that 3 times a day plus 1 suppository. I tend to have lower estrogen, so they're starting me off with a little bit of a higher dose. And they also said that we can do estrogen shots and patches if we need to. Hopefully we won't need to. I'm also taking tacrolimus 3 times a day, and that is a medication for people like with autoimmune issues. I'm taking prednisone twice a day. I'm taking Doxy right now as an antibiotic. And let's see, I'm trying to think of everything I'm taking. I'm also doing like supplements, so prenatal, beef liver, an omega supplement, vitamin D, methylated folate, because I do have MTHFR. And I'm also doing, what is it called? I'm also doing Lovenox injections, yes. And I've done those before. They burn like fire, the Lovenox injections, but I've already started those. And when I go for my next appointment for my progesterone clearance, when they like check your lining and all of that, I will start progesterone in oil injections, and then also the suppositories. Oh, I'm also taking low dose naltrexone. It's supposed to help with inflammation. And I will be doing intralipid infusions because I do have recurrent implantation failure. We are doing like a few extra things to calm my immune system down, and I'm just being careful about what I'm eating and trying to do exercise that's not like super heavy impact. And I feel good going into this transfer. Oh, I'm also taking probiotics, taking suppositories and just like oral probiotics. I'm just being careful to take the oral in between my doses of antibiotic, which I'm only doing the antibiotic for 5 days. So I'm really looking forward to this transfer. I've had 2 egg retrievals, one of which I got OHSS, which is ovarian hyperstimulation. So that was miserable. And my second egg retrieval, I actually hemorrhaged and I needed emergency surgery. And of course that coincided with my first fresh transfer. So the day after my fresh transfer, I actually had to go in for surgery to drain the blood from my abdomen. So the embryo that I will be transferring is an adopted embryo. So that's exciting. And that's just such an amazing way that other families can help families like mine. I'm not really a great candidate for another egg retrieval, so I just feel so blessed that when another family was finished growing theirs that they could help us out. So I'm really excited. I'll show y'all the Lovenox injection. My husband does such a good job with them. And the next thing that we're gonna do is just my appointment to check my lining. It's a week after the appointment I already had. And if everything is good, we'll start progesterone and transfer after that. So I just wanted to really put this in some kind of format where I could go back and look at it if the transfer is successful, but even if it's not, just to show people that, you know, resilience is important. And I really hope this one is successful, and I would appreciate all of the kind wishes and prayers, and whatever you do for good juju, please send it my way. I'd appreciate it. Okay, time for the Lovenox shot. It's not terrible, but it's also not good either. And my husband's gonna give it. I can give it myself, and it's fine, but I much prefer when he gives it to me. Yay.
Yay.
He's a very good shot giver. All right, so this goes in your stomach. Don't judge the way my stomach looks. So what you're gonna do is grab like some of your skin and pinch like really hard. My husband's gonna clean the area, and you wanna let that sit for 10 seconds. And the syringe comes pre-filled, which is really nice. So what he's gonna do is just get the bubble out of the top. And here's a pro tip, is that when the little drop of medication rolls down the needle, try not to get it on the actual needle. Try to like flick it off, because that'll keep it from burning.
My knees.
Okay. All right, yes.
1, 2, 3.
And then unpinch. It burns like fire. And that's it. And the end of the syringe, when you're done, you can push down on it and it retracts the needle, or at least with these, it does. So it's really helpful. So I'm doing those shots once a day right now, and they will eventually like bruise up my whole stomach. It's, I think, only maybe the 3rd one I've done so far. So it's not too bad, but that's the Lovenox shot.